tired of feeling tired? Done with diet culture? Overwhelmed by conflicting nutrition and fitness messages? Then join us, your hosts of the Nutrition Revolution podcast, as we take a deep dive into all things women's fitness and nutrition. I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Tabitha. And together we are debunking diet culture myths and giving you the tools you need to finally see the results you're looking for. It's time to revolutionize your nutrition and training.
Welcome back to another episode. Today we are going to be talking about New Year's resolutions. Actually, not in the same way that we would think that they were being talked about.
Did you make any, Kimberly?
I didn't make, I don't do resolutions like normal, but I definitely use the new year as an opportunity to refine or look how do I want to end 2026? And I use those strategies. So I pick a word of the year, and this year my word was faithful. And so I'm spending a lot more time on just reading my Bible, having conversations with friends and family about more spiritual things that I, want to talk about, and just kind of spending more time just listening and honoring what God wants for my life versus trying to be chasing after who knows what, just on a whim. And then as far as I usually try to have a faith goal, a biblical spiritual goal, and then a nutrition goal and a fitness goal, but not a New Year's resolution in the sense of I fail if I didn't achieve this. Mm-hmm. So I read my Bible, I've been drinking water, and I've been getting daily movement, but it's not really any different than what I did last year. So
yeah.
Not really. Did you?
Same. I don't set a resolution. I refine my intentions and my focus for the new year. And so I break it into categories. And I do write it down. Yeah. We do this as a family. So I kind of what is my focus for 2026 for my family? So as a wife to my husband, as a mother to my children, and then with my extended family, but mainly I focus on just wife and mother. Yeah. And then with my business, as an online nutrition coach, and with some of the clients that I train in person and online, and then what I want to do as far as anything business to business, outreach, whatever. I've been getting more involved with the Caesarani School District.
That's cool.
And my kids there. Yeah. So kind of what's my focus and purpose there, community outreach, how I want to get involved there. I've been kind of dabbling a little more with local politics.
That's awesome.
And wanting to get more involved with the Kent County Democratic Committee. So I've been going to the KCDC meetings and putting myself out there a little more than that. So doing that. So that was something that was new that I added. So family, business, politics was a new one that I added that I've always had a passion for, very privately, but I'm kind of putting it out there more publicly for myself now. And then my fitness, I committed to running a full marathon with my niece.
Good.
Yeah, that's going to be in 2027.
I love that.
We're going to do the Disney full, which I think is January of 2027.
So it's a year.
Yeah, I got a year to plan for that.
Okay.
So
that's awesome.
Yes. And then faith-wise, I teach the Sunday school, the 12, 13, 14-year-olds. So kind of still just doing that, how I can better connect with them. Yeah. I think is kind of where I am. I'm hoping that I get to continue to volunteer in that capacity.
Yeah, I love that. So it seems like you and I both kind of look at 2025, here's what we achieved. Here's what I'd like to keep doing from 2025 moving into 2026. And I'm just refining to make every year a little bit better, a little bit more meaningful, a little bit more sustainable.
Yes. Yeah. I don't have any specific you
didn't say I want to drop 30 pounds in 20 days.
No. Yeah, sure do not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hard pass.
Hard pass on that. No.
So I feel a lot of times with these New Year's resolutions, this is kind of the time frame when people are all right, never mind. I'm going to start in February is my new year, because they set these like goals in December of like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to come out January 1st, like swinging and just crush everything. And then they get sick because they've been around family or been eating a lot of extra cookies, and you know, their body is not handling that well or whatever. So they're feeling sick. They're feeling like it's cold and dark and dreary. And I don't want to go out and do the things that I said I wanted to do. And then they hit that like shame wall of, oh, I was going to do all of these things. And now here I am, January 13th, and I didn't do what I set out to do. Like, I am a failure. I don't know why I set a resolution. I don't even know why I try, because I just can never achieve them. And then they just kind of give up. And then 2025 turns into 2026, into 2027, and they don't achieve anything that they wanted to achieve because they just feel like they can't, like their motivation is gone. They, you know, can't achieve whatever it is they want to achieve because they didn't do it the first week of January. They didn't do it when they said they were going to do it. And it's a struggle.
Yeah. And I think that feeds into, so like you have this new year and you get this sudden rush of like clean slate energy, right? But it's paired with toxic energy. Okay.
Yeah.
And so like, bear with me if you're listening. It's new year, clean slate energy, but paired with all or nothing thinking, unrealistic timelines, a sudden identity shift, like new year, new me, like 2025, or 2026, which is 2026. Oh my gosh. 2026, like this is the year of me, like rigid rules instead of flexible habits. And so I just had a real life object lesson here. Literally, one of my good friends, we were like texting, and we were commenting, we were texting back and forth, and I run a boot camp at a local middle school for faculty and staff, and she was like, need you to come over here and like whip my butt into shape. And I was like, well, I need somebody to come over here and lock me out of my fridge and my pantry because it's been real. And we were like joking about it. And then like later on, she was like, all right, I've cut out all the sugar. I need to make it till tomorrow because like the headache and the like hangover crash feeling is so real. And I was like, well, I texted back and I'm like, why are you cutting it all out? Like, that's so not realistic. That's going to last like 30 more minutes. Like, let's be so for real.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to take one date night or one party and you're done.
I'm like, literally, like, first of all, that's a sad life.
Yeah.
It really is.
Chocolate.
And so I'm like, okay, girl, I was like, let's maybe try like one intentional treat a day. Like, be intentional, be mindful with it, like really think about what it is that you want and then like really enjoy it. Like try that, or try gonna keep the added sugars to like no more than like 25 grams of added sugar a day. So again, you're still being mindful, but you're being intentional and you kind of have like a goal parameters around it, right? So you're still able to have it. It's not super restrictive. It's not all or nothing. Like something else than this, I'm just done, I'm cutting it out, right?
Right.
Anyway, so that's where I'm getting like no rigid rules, be a little more flexible, a little realistic. So we get this like dopamine rush from this like planning and this like excitement of this new year, new me, and this clean slate energy. But there's this difficulty of the execution of it. It's like too much too soon, and all at once. And so we're able to sustain that for a little bit. Some people, maybe a couple days. Some people, maybe just a week. Some people that are on the more disciplined end can maybe sustain it for 3 weeks, a month, maybe 6 weeks if they're lucky. But usually I feel like we get to the 6 week trap, the 6 week like burnout.
Right.
Oh crap, it's been 4 to 6 weeks. My life hasn't totally transformed.
Not everything is new and shiny.
Not everything has changed. I haven't reached all of my goals. Well, this is kind of hard. And what do you mean I have to actually do this for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
Never mind. And then we go back to new year, old me, same me, or like
and
old
if you're not
habits,
making any changes, nothing's going to change. You're going to be like that forever. And so you have to figure out, what can you change realistically? Like you said, 25 grams of sugar is better than trying to say never, ever eating sugar again.
Right.
Like you cannot say I'm never going to eat a donut again.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like, but, and then like, honestly, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Be honest. Do you really want to never eat a donut again? I don't. No, I'm not gonna.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna eat a donut.
Yeah.
I might go eat a donut today.
Yeah.
Just because.
It's the principle. Now it's on principle. I'm going to eat a donut.
Exactly.
And I'm going to film it on
right now. Gotta pick my daughter up today to go get her glasses. We're getting a donut. Actually, we won't because she's gluten-free and can't eat the donuts. That's sad for her. Okay. And I'm not gonna rub that in her face.
If you ever get the chance, take her to Philly.
Okay.
And there's this place called Okie Dokie Donuts.
Okie Dokie Donuts.
And it is gluten-free donuts, and they are phenomenal.
Okay.
Better than any donut you've ever had, whether you're gluten-free or not.
Really?
They have like all these fun flavors. Right now they have a hot chocolate donut.
Okay.
And it's like a chocolate donut with like a chocolate icing and like a marshmallow on top, like Okie Dokie Donuts.
Okay. If you're ever in New York City, go to Modern Bread and Bagel.
Okay.
The entire store is gluten-free.
Ooh.
They have a lot of vegan options too. All these baked goods, pastries, bagels, bagel sandwiches. It is just a gluten-free
heaven.
It's
Mecca.
The cinnamon rolls, the double chocolate zucchini bread, the bagel sandwiches are great.
It sounds
everything.
amazing.
Yeah, Modern Bread and Bagel. They have their like flagship store with like the eat-in area in Soho.
Okay.
And then near like Broadway, Times Square, they have like it's almost like a pop-up shop, but it's like always there.
Yeah.
Modern Bread and Bagel for our gluten-free listeners if you're in New York City.
Awesome.
And Okie Dokie Bagels in Philly.
Okie Dokie Donuts.
Okie Dokie Donuts.
Flakely in Philly is all gluten-free.
Flakely, okay.
And then Gluten-Free Bakery Girl in St. Michael's.
Okay.
Those are our go-to when we're out and about.
It's good to know about Philly, yeah, because I've been taking my daughter to Interloom in Philly, so I'm going to have to add that.
Yeah,
Okie Dokie Donuts.
I'll share those too. Okie Dokie Donuts. Donuts are amazing. Okay.
All right.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
So now
habits.
I don't know. Well, I was going to say, so back to this whole like all or nothing and like the whole difficulty of execution because of unrealistic timelines, rigid rules versus flexible habits. Also, women culturally, we are conditioned to do it right or not at all. And that hits me like in the
shame
gut.
wall. Yeah.
Cause like, like Tabitha, do it right or just don't even try.
So you're perfectionist. What's the point?
Right.
Yeah. Well, if I don't eat any sugar for a year, I will lose weight. But if I eat a piece of sugar,
I might as well eat all the sugar because I'm a failure and I can't do it right.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do it at all.
Yeah.
And that is why there's therapy
And why we have food trauma.
It
It really is. I mean, that is like...
But when I came across that, like that American women specifically have been culturally conditioned to do it right or not at all. I was like,
wonder
how
why.
long
Like,
have
why
they been
is that?
studying me?
Yeah.
Like, am I on the Truman Show and have not realized that it's the Tabitha Show?
Where's the curtain?
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Because it's so true.
It's sad.
And I do feel like I see that in my clients where they start out so strong and I'm like, whoa, just like calm down. Like it doesn't, because they'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like this was an off day. And I'm like, whoa, chill. Like it's okay. Like not asking you to be like perfect here. Like, you know,
progress.
Yeah.
Over
progress
perfection.
over perfection. Always, always.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, and you are the queen of nutrition by addition. And that has been a major change for a lot of people of, oh, I can have a donut. I can have, chocolate. I can have these things in addition to making sure I get in the nutrients that I actually need also on that day.
Making sure I've eaten enough protein. I've had enough fiber. I've drank some water. I've gotten in some movement.
Yeah. And then that donut just becomes kind of like oh, that was good. All right, I'm moving on, rather than like I failed my New Year's resolution because I had a donut today when I was hanging out with my kids and my family in Philly. Like that shame wall becomes so huge and you think you're alone in it. You think you can't get through it, can't get over it. And you've got to start all the way back at the beginning or a new year or another new month or a Monday before you can climb over that wall again and move forward. Versus like, all right, I said I wasn't going to eat any sugar. I'm going to a party or I'm going out with friends. I'm going to have this sugar. I know I'm going to have it. Okay, no big deal. And then tomorrow I already have my overnight oats and my protein prepped and ready to go. And tomorrow's a new day and I'm moving on. And you don't have to wait for that new year. So failing, in the first 3-6 weeks, in some of my clients' cases, first day.
It's not even failing.
It's not failing, right?
Just living your life.
Yeah.
And then like redirecting, resetting, or just... What is the word though? Because it's not even restarting. It's just,
I think we can use all of those things as data though, right? So like if I say I'm not going to eat pizza for 2026. And
oh my gosh.
For me, I'm like, that's torture. Easy because I don't even like pizza.
You don't like pizza?
I hate pizza.
No, stop.
I don't eat pizza.
Wait, stop the recording.
Okay.
Kimberly, you don't like pizza?
I don't.
No, I'm actually joking. Keep the recording going. Kimberly doesn't like pizza?
I don't.
Why do I not know this about you?
I don't know. My son told me I could be a better mom if I would eat pizza.
Yeah, 1,000%.
He was like 7. I was like, okay, so we're going out for pizza. It's just not like a thing for me.
If somebody took pizza from me, I would be so sad.
Yeah.
I actually
could eat pizza
want to
every
have
day.
it every week.
That's how I'm
like
with burgers.
Every week.
Like I'll eat a burger every day.
Grotto's.
Grotto, your
Buffalo
Delaware
chicken
girl.
pizza. Their buffalo chicken pizza is the greatest pizza on earth.
That's funny.
No one can prove me wrong on that.
Yeah. I love it. But like if I had to
I mean, hey, not eating pizza is more pizza for me. So.
That's right. And my family, they love like pizza night. Well, mom's not going to eat it, so I get all her slices.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever met someone who says, I don't really like pizza.
Yeah, it's just not like a thing for me.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's funny because that's how you love burgers.
I love burgers.
I could never eat a burger again and be fine. Look at that.
Crazy.
That is so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, back to
the podcast. If someone said like I'm not going to eat pizza for the year, and then they're out and like pizza is the only thing. So like I ate pizza a couple days into the new year because we had friends over and we just ordered pizza and I was hungry and didn't have anything else in the house. And I was like, well, I'll just eat this pizza. For some people that would have been like, oh my gosh, I'm
such a failure. I'm the worst.
Right. But for me, I'm like, but that's like data, right? So like I can look at that and be like, all right, in moving forward, if I didn't want to eat that pizza, what could I have done to avoid that trap, right? I could have prepped and brought like a chicken salad with me. I could have prepared something in advance or a burger, right?
Chicken salad sounds sad.
Yeah. Okay. I love chicken salad. What?
Yeah, like chicken salad that you have like with like a good like roll,
crackers or like on a wrap. I thought you meant
like a bed of lettuce and a grilled chicken.
No.
That's sad.
No. But like I could have, I need to take those perceived failures as data. Like I'm looking at this situation. Here's what I did. Here's how I ended up eating the thing I said I wasn't going to eat. Moving forward, if I want to do better, here's what I could do.
Okay, so like systems in place versus goals.
Correct.
Love that.
Yeah, like everything you do from here on out is all about collecting that data. How did I feel when I ate this thing? Is it really shame because I feel like I shouldn't have eaten that thing? Or is that my mom from 2020 giving me information that I didn't ask for? Like, is it really, do I feel like I'm getting fat from eating a chocolate bar? Or is that, 1990s telling me that you shouldn't eat chocolate? You got to start paying attention and using all of the things that you do as information to guide you in the next step. Being just really conscious about how you're making decisions versus like, I'm failing my New Year's resolution. Like you're not failing. You're using this information to make you a better person moving forward. Does that make sense?
No, it does. I love that. And to that point, I was sitting here thinking about how that feeds into identity-based behavior change using that data. So we tend to like, I need to lose weight. Okay. Or I'm a woman who lifts weights 3 times a week, and I'm a woman who eats plant-based meals or eats real food more often than I don't. Right? Like, identity-based behavior change that encompasses I am the positive behavior changes that I want to make and see versus the, like, I need to lose the weight.
Right.
Like that has a negative connotation to it.
Yeah.
Right. So losing the weight may be the underlying or the overarching goal, but the things that are going to get me there, I am a woman who exercises 3 times a week, however many times a week. And I'm a woman who has 30 grams of protein at breakfast, 30 grams of protein at every meal, right?
Yeah.
So identity-based behavior change. Love that.
Yeah.
Can go hand in hand.
Yeah. And I think sometimes people don't pay attention to that either when they're setting goals. Like one of my clients was like, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds this year. And the first question I ask her is, okay, what will 20 pounds do for you? If you lose 20 pounds this year, what will that do for you next year? You know, are you going to achieve something greater? What does 20 pounds do to you now that you can't do if you lost 20 pounds? So really honing in on, like, is it a 20-pound weight loss that you actually need to do? Is 20, you know, are you carrying 20 extra pounds and that's stopping you from running a marathon or lifting or moving, or, you know, is it creating back issues or foot, ankle, knee issues? Does it do something that stops you from living your life? And usually it's like, well, no. Okay, well then is that really the best goal for you? Or would you rather, like you said, be eating 30 extra grams of protein per meal and feeling healthier and stronger and getting all of the nutrients that you need? And that might have a bonus of losing some weight because you're going to cut out the snacking or whatever. So really, you know, sometimes we set these goals that don't actually, like, losing 20 pounds would do nothing for me, right? Like, it's not worth it. And so we put so much pressure on ourselves to lose weight because in our brain, that's what we as women are supposed to do. But It really isn't going to make us achieve anything special or extra, versus like, all right, my goal is to get into my community and make a difference from a political level. Like, that's a huge change that you can see for your family and for your community and for the future. Like, that's a powerful goal, right? And so sometimes making those goals that actually
build something versus shrink something.
Yeah.
No, I love that. Build something, build muscle, build your capacity, your endurance, your resilience. It's going to be more sustainable than like shrinking weight, calories, size.
Yeah.
Instead of constantly taking away, making that goal like, I'm going to, you know, be able to deadlift this much or squat this much or whatever. Yeah. And then along the way, bonus, I mean, we all know that, like, one of the pathways to losing weight, to improving that body composition is to be getting in the gym and increasing our physical activity levels.
Yeah.
You know? And then as we are more active, generally speaking, the psychology behind it is, as we're more active, we tend to make better food choices. So, and then when we're fueling ourselves properly, our cravings are under check. You know, we feel better, we have more energy, better mood.
Yeah.
You know, we're more likely to make better choices and to feel better. So thinking strength over shrinkage, building goals is more sustainable than shrinkage goals.
Yeah.
You know, building systems and habits, you know, more than like your discipline or your restriction. You don't have to do it right or not at all.
Right.
Like,
learn from it.
Just doing something. Exactly. Yeah, I think that letting go of that all or nothing thinking and those unrealistic timelines, being more flexible than rigid, and remembering that a lot of your goals and the things that you're looking to achieve probably have to become your lifestyle and your habit, and just kind of
those are the ones
you are
that
and
stick.
what you do.
Yeah, the ones that actually improve your life are the ones that stick. So if you feel like you're failing the new year already, I would say focus on, you know, some of those things Tabitha just talked about, and also like make it attractive, make it something that you really like are drawn to, like you're passionate about it, not just something that you think you have to do because of stereotypes or what you've been told. And then make those small changes over time, you know, stack your habits.
Yeah.
Do things that you actually want to do. Life's too short to be putting on. I heard this quote that was like, I would rather be front door famous than, anything else in the world. And I was like, what does that mean? And then I started like researching it. It's like, when I walk into a room with my family or my loved ones or my community, I want them to be excited that I'm there. And that should be like the most important thing, is that like when I walk into a room, it's not, wow, she's put on weight, or wow, she looks great, or wow, whatever. Like, I should walk into a room and then be like, oh my gosh, I'm just excited that her presence is here.
She's here.
And that's the most important thing about you. So when you're setting goals, like think about that. When you walk into a room, what do you want people to feel? When you're setting goals, what do you want to achieve? How is that going to make you or your family or community a better place to be?
Love that. Yeah. Final thought here. Make your health not something you chase, but something that you are.
I love it.
Thanks for spending your time with us. If you found this podcast helpful, we would love for you to share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe on your podcast platform. If you have nutrition or fitness questions you want answered on future episodes, we would love to hear from you. You can submit these questions to our email, Thenutritionrevolutionpodcast@gmail.com, and follow us on Instagram @TheNutritionRevolutionPodcast.